This yin yoga practice is to create flexibility in the hips and the hamstrings. We will begin in an uprighted seated position, easy pose, closing our eyes, just preparing to settle down, relaxing the breath. Allowing the thoughts of the mind just to float on by, no attachment. And tapping into what is one word that you desire to focus on during your practice today. If you need any examples or suggestions, maybe it's peace, maybe it's love, maybe it's joy, abundance, whatever that personal word is for you, connect to the mind by repeating it internally to yourself and allow your heart to expand as you go deep within, focusing on this word. During the practice, allowing this word to become the thought that becomes the feeling that turns into the action that then cultivates into the habit, creating the lifestyle you desire. Gently open your eyes. You may want to grab a block. You can also practice without a block, yogi's choice. If you have your block nearby and you're ready to join me in our first posture, butterfly pose. Bringing the heels of the feet together and checking that you have a straight spine. Relaxing the hands on the knees, the shins, or the ankles, and really let them be light and relaxed. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, just very gently folding forward from your hips, allowing yourself to relax into the pose, noticing that the hands are light. Coming to the point of your resistance. And when you feel as though you would need to pull the body by using your hands or any strength, just allow yourself to relax, knowing that Mother Earth is supporting you with gravity, and rest here. If the mind gets busy, go back to that word that's your focus for the practice, and drop into stillness and just be right here, right now.
On the next inhale, tuck the chin into the chest, rolling up one vertebrae at a time.
Gently bring the knees together, making any micro movements that your body intuition is calling for. Maybe it's a hug of the knees into the chest. Maybe you wish to extend your legs out in front of you and tap, 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 or bounce. Maybe it's a little windshield wiper. I trust you to listen to your body intuition, making these micro movements, honoring your body intuition. And when you're ready, transitioning into wide-legged forward fold, bringing your feet and your legs as far apart as is comfortable without any strain. Notice that the feet are relaxed, toes are pointed up to the heavens. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, just gently walk your hands forward. And once you come to your point of resistance,
Allow the neck to relax. Allow the head to relax. Feeling the gentle stretch of the hamstrings. And as you drop into stillness, staying focused on that word, that special word. In addition to focusing on the word in your mind's eye, if you drop it down into your heart and truly embody it, what does that feel like? Go deep into this moment of stillness to connect, to create, to manifest. On the next inhale, lift the head, walk the hands back towards your inner thighs.
Gracefully and lovingly release the pose and take any micro movements that feel natural and comfortable for you. Knowing that we're transitioning through tabletop, and if you wish to go there before we start our next pose, I trust you to trust your body intuition. And once you reach your tabletop, taking a moment for some cat-cows, moving with your breath,
moving with the connection to your body.
your mind, and your spirit.
Staying focused on that special word,
Your point of intention. And then coming to a neutral spine, stepping the right foot in between the hands, bringing both palms on top of the right knee, and pausing there for a moment. We're going to move into dragon pose. This is where, if you have your block handy, bring it over on your left side. And as you start to wiggle into this pose, notice how the hips are starting to move forward. And when you're ready, bring your hands on the inside of the right foot and maybe even extend the left leg further out behind you. And with your block, there's a couple things you can do. You can actually keep your hands up here on top of your thigh and your right knee. If you wish to come on the inside of your right leg, you can bring your hands on a block on any level that works for you. Trusting your body intuition, and allow yourself to very gently and gracefully move into the pose. And once you find that point of resistance, tuck your chin into your chest and relax into your breath, staying focused on that word, that special intention. Honoring the thoughts that come up, not attaching yourself to them, but honoring them and allowing yourself to anchor down with that one word and intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And also being gentle on yourself, knowing that if there's any emotions that come up, honor that as well. By dropping into stillness when we hold the body in poses, it's common in the practice of yin yoga that some thoughts may arise that may be negative, and it's also common that some emotions may try to grab our attention to go into the bad neighborhood rather than staying in a place of gratitude. Just a little bit longer. Stay focused right where you are. And on the next inhale, very gently release the pose. Do this as gracefully as you can. If you used a block, taking the block over to the right side and gently release the right leg. What intuitively does your body want? Maybe it's some cat-cow. Maybe it's child's pose. Maybe it's downward dog. I trust you to listen to your body intuition. And when you're ready, meet me in tabletop. Stepping the left foot through. And do this mindfully and gracefully. There's no rush. And each side may be a little different, so honor that as well. Do begin, though, when you're ready, with the hands on the thigh or the knee, so that you can tap into the stretch of the hip flexors gently and lovingly. Maybe you're going to stay here. If you wish to take the hands on the inside of the left foot and you're going to use your block, gracefully move into that posture. Being gentle with yourself. Using the breath to move the prana into any sticky areas. And using the breath to connect to the mind, focusing on your intention to help open the spirit, the heart. And how loving, patient, and kind can you be right here with yourself, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Drop into the stillness and just have the experience with no judgment. And notice, is the chin gently tucking into the chest? Just honoring any thoughts and sensations. No pain though. If there is pain, back off. We're using the prana, our breath, to open up the areas of the body that are sticky and tight. And we're using our word to help us settle down into the stillness. You have just a little bit more. How do you feel right here in this moment? On the next inhale, very gently and gracefully transition out of the pose. Honoring your body, though my suggestion is to come into child's pose. But honoring your body in case child's pose is not where your body intuition is right now. If you need to make any micro movements before joining me in child's pose, please do. And once you do find your child's pose, allow your hands to walk out in front of you, stretching the arms and the shoulders, and allowing the forehead to very gently relax into the earth beneath you. And noticing whether your knees are far apart, a little closer together. This is a hip stretch. Allow your sit bones to naturally fall down into the heels. Allow your breath to flow into all the sticky parts of your body, especially opening the chest and the shoulders,
in the hips. And then noticing if maybe you will feel more support and comfortable by resting your forearms on the ground. Truly, completely release and relax into this pose. On the next inhale, very gently, lift the head, walk the hands back towards the knees. Coming through tabletop again. Take any micro movements that your body intuition is craving for as we prepare for our two final poses, Sleeping Swan. Taking the right knee behind the right wrist, extending the left leg out behind you. Starting with an upright spine, allowing the fingertips to be light on the earth beneath you. Tapping into the breath. Noticing the sensations. And when you're ready, very gently folding over. Coming as far down to the ground as it feels comfortable for you, and moving gracefully and purposefully. Noticing how the head is relaxed, the forehead is pressing into maybe a pillow, a block, the earth beneath you, or your hands stacked on top of one another. We're connecting the third eye, our seat of intuition, to that word, that intention that you said at the beginning of practice. And as you settle physically into this space and this posture, noticing how the knee feels, it should be relaxed and comfortable, as is the right foot. But taking the attention to the right hip and just checking before I release you into stillness that it's a point of resistance. So there's a stretch, but not a pain, a sharp pain. And as I release you into stillness, can you truly melt into the earth beneath you? At the same time, staying connected to that word, that intention. On the next inhale, very gently start to lift up to release the pose.
Moving gracefully and mindfully. Rolling over onto the right hip and extending your left leg straight out in front of you, and then crossing the left foot over the right thigh. And with a straight spine, hug your left leg, the knee into your chest. Put a smile on your face. Inhale the right arm high up to the heavens. And either hug the left knee in or take the right elbow on the outside of the left knee and twist open towards the left. Do this gracefully, lovingly, and mindfully. Inhale, bringing the head to center and twisting over to the right, a gentle counter twist. Inhaling forward, releasing the pose and coming back through tabletop again. Making any micro movements, maybe some cat-cow, maybe a downward dog, maybe a child's pose. I trust you to listen to your body intuition. Knowing that you're preparing for sleeping swan on the left side. And when you're ready, bring that left knee behind the left wrist, extending the right leg back behind you. Start upright, allowing gravity to support your legs, and noticing that the hands are light and it's gravity that is supporting you. Connecting to your breath. And when you're ready, gently starting to come forward and honoring that each side of the body will be different. So grabbing any props to support you and moving mindfully and gracefully. There's no rush to get into the position. Using the breath with intention will create more flexibility. And allowing yourself to very gracefully fold in to the point of your resistance and checking in, how do you feel in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit right now compared to moments ago at the beginning of the practice? And even comparing how the left side of the body feels different than the right side. And honoring that, no judgment, rather honoring it. Now, truly release and let go. If the mind tries to take your attention away, stay focused on that word, relax the breath, and completely melt into the stillness in your sleeping swan.
On the next inhale, very gently start to lift the head, the neck, and the shoulders.
Transitioning out of the pose, rolling over onto the left hip, bringing the right foot on the outside of the left knee and thigh, and gently hugging the right knee into the chest. Straight spine. Inhale the left arm high up to the heavens, and either hook it around the right knee or take the left elbow on the outside of the right knee, twisting over towards the right. Releasing the pose, coming forward and around towards the left for a counter stretch. And then inhaling forward, releasing the legs and making any micro movements that feel yummy and delicious for you as you gently roll down onto your back, coming into your shavasana. Taking your time to release and maybe grabbing a blanket, a pillow, any support props that will give you the opportunity to relax more deeply, more completely, so that you can let go. I'm going to leave you in stillness, and I will bring you out of the shavasana with the sound of my voice. So truly take this time to release, relax, and let go. Coming back to the place and the space you are in by the sound of my voice. Becoming aware of your body by taking a deep inhale and stretching your arms overhead and your toes in the opposite direction. And exhaling out of the mouth. Bringing the knees into the chest, hugging them in. Making any micro movements and picking which side you will roll over to come up to a seated position, or if you wish to roll up and down on the spine, listening to your body intuition, and when you're ready, gracefully meeting me in an upright position. Coming to a seated posture. Moving gently and gracefully into your seated posture. And bringing the hands into Gyan Mudra, thumbs and pointer fingers touching, resting with the palms facing up on top of your knees as you close your eyes. And just be here, connecting to the mind, the body, and the spirit, honoring the thoughts, the physical feelings, and what the spirit is calling you to do. Sit in stillness for one last time together and just be, focusing on that word, that intention you set at the beginning of our practice together. On the next inhale, bring the hands together into prayer pose in front of the heart. Press your thumbs into your heart center, bowing down, honoring yourself for taking the time to practice today, and knowing that I honor you. And my heartfelt desire, wish, and want is for your intention to come true. And with that, I wish you blessings of light, of peace, of love, and of joy. Namaste.